You have a soulmate. You probably were not expecting to find true love. However, you have found this bond that represents a powerful bond formed through neurochemistry like oxytocin and dopamine. This represents a biological compatibility through scent, genes, attachment styles, and deep emotional resonance, which creates feelings of fated connection, but requires active, nurturing communication and shared values to last. Turning a strong chemical spark into a lasting, mutually growing relationship is very important. And this connection involves destiny and unseen ties binding all things together, representing everything from universal unity and divine guidance on your personal spiritual paths, where you undergo intense purifications and transformations, playing the wonder filled game of life creatively. With continuous flow of consciousness through life with continuous cycles of death and rebirth, highlighting true interconnectedness in the journey of the soul expanding into greater and more fundamental realities that lie beyond. This is a concept of manifestation through the law of attraction, and you have been naturally connected to this person and calling for mating if that's what you desire. However, you will need to fight through thick opposition, tension, and energy vampires that could be draining you emotionally and physically so that you can resolve your disparate psyches, get a psychological closure from bad investments from the past, and resolve and have an inner peace. In order to do this, you may need to play the game of life creatively, trusting in the sacred flow, being flexible and adaptable through lots of different phases and cycles of change. In these cycles, there have been unseen and invisible forces binding you to a relationship that serves a divine purpose, weaving through the many different layers of existence. You will have many cycles that highlight the true interconnectedness and support your soul expanding into a greater and more fundamental reality that lies beyond. However, this opposition, disharmony, and discord is creating a tremendous amount of paranoia, fear, and anxieties. These unseen forces are finally coming into the light. You and this soul family are witnessing a psychic death. Psychic death refers to a profound psychological transformation where one's sense of self or ego gets dissolved, often leading to a spiritual rebirth. However, there are some people who have experienced this ego death that have not started a spiritual new beginning. In Jungian psychology, the ego death is a fundamental psyche reorganization for deeper self alignment. However, some of these individuals will not evolve and self align after getting stark realizations of a fundamental reality that lies beyond their opposition, discord, and disharmony. There is someone getting left behind, caught for a crime, or will lose full security within your lives. This is the end of life, and it involves a context. It means that this person withdraws and accepts their death long before the physical demise. This is a slow and painful death, so you will need to stay patient and get creative. This ending is where they fold under your tremendous pressure that you have applied and become marked by relinquishing the will to live. This is an intense, ego shattering, spiritual, or psychedelic experiences leading to liberation and freedom. Those who delight in the good things in life are learning and will be committed to achieving a harmonious relationship. liberating themselves from their burdens and embracing their freedoms and addressing their personal freedoms. This is transcending many conventions and breaking a matrix conditioned pattern of behavior. This complete psychological breakdown is leading to their complete isolation. They are not supported and they are not backed up. During this time, everyone will be impacted by this and could create intense feelings of mistrust, paranoia, or even a sense of danger. Practice your grounding exercises and engage through all the five senses. I can hear, I can see, I can smell, I can taste, and I can feel. It is one of the favorite practices to get embodied at divascanmanifest.org. There are dangerous projections from the opposition, and they have been creating turbulent water elemental shortages. You predicted an omen relating to fatal endings for all these unhealed feminine energies involved in creating this health and safety threat around your special talent, skills, and gifts.